Hey fam, um, just wanted to continue my story real quick for what's happened in the past 2 days. Um, so uh, I got attacked again, big time, when I was at the beach. Um, but that what happened the previous night is that as you meditate, you come across different inspirations. You come across different entities, different beings, their ancestors, family, the universal prime creator, the all that is, kind of guides you in your own way. And it's a very reflective, participatory experience of communication on a phenomenal scale. And it's up to you how far you want to go um, with standards. you know, there's some things that you can and cannot do. I mean, the whole idea is to make sure that you have the ideals and breadth of love. Uh, and what I've stumbled upon is that um, these creatures were basically gearing me and training me in a way where I just was constantly fighting. And I I don't like losing. All right. And so in my own mind, I created all sorts of scenarios. So once they come in, I can defend myself. And believe it or not, um, some of this stuff has helped to unlock DNA patterns, has helped to bring me new insights, and obviously experience energy and great joy. Most of the time, I hate the fighting, I hate the pressure of it. But maybe for some point in time, it was useful to help kind of strengthen my mind. Because your brain is a muscle in a sense, like, just like your heart. And so you got to use it in order for it to be effective. Um, and just speaking on that, I do realize that that was one of the things that they were doing. These negative entities and this whole program that they had me in was to strengthen your mind, and then they would steal it. They would steal the whatever it is that's in your brain and copy it. And a lot of times they would steal it from me, and then it felt basically like they would melt my brain. That's what it felt like, and then wipe it, and so that I would not be able to go back and have that same experience during meditation, and it wouldn't be as profound, and it would be taken. And so, one of the very interesting things that happened while I was in jail is that they gang up on you, and so it's like one person steals this, one person steals that, and it's like you're just a body, and they're a body with different interesting things that they're looking at and things that they want, and so they will just come and take from you without asking, without permission, and a lot of times imitate you. And I'm pretty sure on the galactic scale, on the in different realms, in the multi-dimensional universe, they have clones of you. They have different energy signatures of you, um, fulfilling whatever their desires are, whatever their needs are. And I've experienced that through the dream state and many other things. But they definitely um, had a hard on for my energy, um, uh, and what my connection to source. And they've done all sorts of stuff. I mean, I could write a book about. I mean, enlist it. Like it's like they have. It's personally, I think that they have like a book of all the crappy ways that they've tortured and hurt people, and crazy ways that they've destroyed people's lives, and just go one by one. Whatever works works, and so on and so forth. That's what it kind of seems like to me. Um, but one of the major things that has happened is that I've decided just to say, hey, I'm done with the real fighting, and I just want to forgive. It's one of those things that's very difficult when you have negative entities and parasitic entities who are constantly trying to hurt you and have destroyed your life, taken your family, um, destroyed credibility, and basically treated you just like a piece of shit, a piece of meat, and don't care. And use overwhelming um, circumstances to force you into whatever paradigm that they deem most appropriate. Um, you know, uh, just like police officers with guns. It's like, what are you gonna do um, if you're trying to stand up for your rights, and a cop comes over and points a gun in your face, and they can say, "I'm just doing my job," or "It's the law," but what they're really doing is taking away your freedom. And so that's basically what I've been experiencing. Um, Isolation and basically negative entities with overwhelming power taking control of my life and forcing you to be basically an energy center, a battery, as well as an experience generator, and someone who can. And I'm guessing they are using this for training purposes or whatever. So I was under attack. I went to the beach, and these beings, they will. It don't matter. They come right up to you, um, and they usually it's some type of annoying sound, screaming, yelling, uh, and you can't tell if they're because they're white, black, don't matter. They come in all shapes and sizes. All I know is that I can recognize them kind of because they're usually somewhat close to you and tend to stare at you a little bit, kind of like creepy, a little creepy um, experience. There's one time when I was on the beach and these guys or this guy would just hover around me with one of those electronic devices that pick up metal, and obviously it seemed like a CIA device, and I could hear this weird tone that kept coming out of it, and it was very disturbing. It was like disturbing my auric field and my ears, and I was very surprised because there's a big beach, but this person and this other lady he was with really really stayed right next to me, hovered near me the entire time, and it didn't matter where I moved, they would show up. And so I was like, okay, this is really annoying. And I've had experiences like that many a time where banging, like I would be in the middle of an attack, they'd be attacking me, and then something would be screamed or banged on to mess up my equilibrium and mess up my concentration so that they can get in. And this happens on a regular basis. Anyway, so uh, as I've been following this theme of just forgiveness, like I'm kind of done with it. Like whatever you guys are up to, it's old. Let's move on. I'm not interested in being a part of that fighting and hurting people paradigm. My soul is crying for growth, true spiritual growth, and that means that you're just gonna have to let go. Just gonna have to let go of that anger and that the reality of the things that they've done to you. Um, I'm saying the anger of it, but remember, so that you can protect yourself and help protect others. Remember what they've done, so that you don't become a victim again. But just understanding that, um, you know, it's not healthy to hold on to that negative energy. It's not healthy to brood and this is one of the things that they like to do with their mind control is go over the same scenarios over and over and over again, and they like to shame you and force you into a field of shame, I guess you could say, and so that you feel less, um, you know, worthy of being who you are. They like to talk a lot of different nasty things. And so just basically shaming, trying to lower your mental state, your happiness. Um, I'm guessing it's a way for them to feed off of you or to attack you. And so just this part really pissed him off, I guess, because it's like when you start realizing that you can just forgive and just let go and say, "Hey, I'm moving on. I'm sure you guys want to continue that strategy, that mentality, but I'd rather just enjoy life in different ways." And and I realize that you guys have us in a program that you think that you own us, but I'm letting go, and I prefer to, you know, practice my spirituality and my meditation and my connection to the greatest one without your um, assistance. And I'm not saying that you have to say that, but the idea, for me at least, is to just move on and practice universal forgiveness, universal love. And so, guess what happened? Sitting on the beach, and brutal, brutal negative attacking just started coming over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then there was a group of people right next to me, a couple of black guys and some white people. And don't get it twisted, black people are all into that. You know, that's why you can't really tell. It's hard to tell. It's more of a spiritual thing, um, to be able to understand and realize that these negative entities, they will clone people. They will incarnate in black bodies and so on and so forth. So you don't know. And they will play the game as much, and they will act like gangsters and whatever. Don't matter. Anyway, so they were attacking and attacking and attacking, and I'm sure that they have my spiritual frequency because that's how they're doing it. And then that didn't work too well because I was just like, hey, I was kind of I they hate it when you make a joke, like if you like sometimes I'll just throw pie in their face, in your mind, because you'll feel something attacking you, and then because I don't know how far along anyone else is, but I can see them in your mind's eye, and I just throw pie at them, or give them a big hug and say, hey, it's great, let's have some fruit juice together, let's do something healthy. And that's again, that's not really a part of their strategy. They want you to fight and be negative and hurt, and so you'll hear all sorts of, like, for me, they were doing all sorts of screaming. They didn't like it, and then so then the physical attack came. I was laying down, and all of a sudden this heat, and I've been on the beach. It's fairly cool, you know, but it felt like someone had put a laser beam through on my entire body, and so that probably was some type of directed energy weapon of some sort. But I got sunburned as a black guy for just being out. It was that hot. I mean, like, I felt like my cells were literally cooking. And so I covered myself up, and I went to sleep. Those people eventually went away, and the attacks went away. But I've noticed that there's some interesting changes going on in my mind and in my body after I've accepted that this universal love, and just forgiveness, and understanding that you, the only power that you give them, I mean that they can have, is the power that you give them. And if you participate in any way with in any program that they want, and if it's the fighting, then they're going to start gaining power from you. They're going to figure out a way to siphon your energy. So the one thing I do know that they're against and they can't stand is forgiveness and love. Just being caring and loving, towards them, towards others, and just saying, hey, it's okay. I might have been in your shoes once. Who knows? I'm not right now, but I might have been. And so I forgive you, um, for what you're doing to me. And I want to move on. And, I'm going to move on. And there's nothing that you can do or say or try that's going to stop it, because Universal Grand Creator has a plan, and it will be carried out. And that's all I can say. Peace and love, fam. Peace.